Ladies and gentlemen, now yesterday we took the 6-star awakened version of Thing up to rank 2, and we had a really fun time diving into a little bit of Act 6 Chapter 2 and taking on some very stacked Act 6 opponents. We took down like a 250k, I think it was like Magic, Dormammu, Void, there was a Human Torch on Incinerate, Morningstar, Stark Spidey, Gladiator Hulk, Corvus. There were so many really good fights yesterday. And it was tremendously fun, but one question arose from that video. Would Thing be a viable option for a Realm of Legends speedrun? And also, could he outdamage Nick Fury, man? Would he be a little bit better than Nick Fury for a Realm of Legends speedrun? And I'm here to tell you that he's a little bit worse than Nick Fury, but he's still really good. And I don't think you're going to be disappointed with today's gameplay, because literally the first minute, man, I've just got pounded. I've got pounded this whole time, then we retaliate with a 5 combo, straight into a special 2. That is 91,000 damage there, boys. The combo is absolutely wrecking. We got off to a great start there with 7 stacks of Fury from the champion synergy. So yeah, not a bad start at all. When 19 hits in and Winter Soldier, he's just dropping like a fly, mate, with 24 hits in. And granted, this fight does have the class disadvantage as well. But this isn't even my favorite fight, man. This one went really well. So I was like, you know what? We're rolling with it, boys. Nice little 100k finish there. But the Black Panther fight is just a crazy good level of RNG. So you got to see that one, man. You've definitely got to see that one. But Thing, he is a little bit of a roulette wheel to play sometimes, just because you never know how aggressive the opponent is going to be when they hit into you when you're indestructible. And in some matchups, they're going to back off and you're going to get less Furies than other ones. And for every single Fury you get while indestructible, every single hit you take, it's 100% additional attack. So these Furies are really big. The difference between, like, let's say for example like 4 and 7 is 400% bonus attack versus 700% bonus attack. So yeah, if you are lucky enough to get like 7 hits, man, it can really take a lot of hits off the overall combo meter and speed up the fight. I do believe if you had some like crazy RNG with Thing, like god tier RNG on every single fight, like 6 to 7 plus Furies, he might be the fastest, but you'd have to like run Realm of Legends like a lot of times to make that happen. And I'll say that he certainly does seem like one of the better unboosted champions to do a Realm of Legends speedrun with, just for a little bit of fun as well, because he is just, yeah, mentally enjoyable once you get into these fights, man. Your crits are hitting for so much, and you can just absolutely decimate every single opponent. But when it does come to boosted champions, I have seen some crazy Realm of Legends performance if you have like a 5 or 6 star awakened version of Ghost, because if you've got like Ghost maxed out with Suicide Masteries and you have one of those like 200% tech power game boost, you get to a special 2 and then you throw that special 2, you get the special 2 back, and then you just keep on throwing special 2s and the opponent's dies. That's a really quick way to do it. And I think somebody uploaded, I think it was like an 11 to 12 minute clear, like fully boosted up with Ghost and Realm of Legends, man. It was pretty impressive, to be fair, but I like to try and stick to unboosted speed runs, because, you know, I just don't want to be using items, mate. Don't want to be using items. I'm a massive scrub and I need them for the content, so, you know, that's always good. But we're always going to utilize kind of the best mastery setups available, and also the best team synergy setups available when it does come to this one. And here I've made a slight change to the usual Thing synergies I run, if you have, you know, been very attentive and might have noticed that already. So instead of the usual Heimdall, Champion, Angela, and Hela, we've simply replaced Heimdall with the Annihilus synergy to give Thing a little bit more crit rating, just so we can see some more frequent crits, especially on the special 2, because having a special 2 crit is just absolutely immense, man. There is literally about like 50,000 to 70,000 damage at stake every time you know, roll a special 2, depending on whether or not it crits. So yeah, I thought that was pretty important there. But Thing is actually doing such a good job in this Juggernaut matchup of shutting down every single unstoppable with his retaliation nullify. So whenever Thing uses a special attack for 8 seconds seconds after, whenever you hit into the opponent, it will remove any unstoppable effects. So, you know, he's got a solid piece of utility there. It's maybe not as reliable as other champions like Captain America Infinity War, and champions like She-Hulk, Spider-Gwen, and also the stealth suit version of Spider-Man. But you can see, man, it was completely sufficient for that Realm of Legends Juggernaut matchup, so that was a really, really great time. So we're almost 5 minutes in, we got 3 bosses down, we're just ramping up on Rhino here, we get 6 stacks of Fury, and then we're going to go in for a cheeky little 5 combo here. I think we go for a 3 combo there, just trying to bait out a parry so we can go for a double medium, and then straight into a special 2. Whenever I have 20 rock stacks, I like to try and throw the special 2, because I think it's a little bit quicker overall, and the amount of damage I can deal with in the stun window and the power I generate to get to another special 2, I think it works out a little bit quicker time-wise than the special 3, just because the special 3, it deals a lot of damage and gives you like a bit of a nice Fury boost afterward, but it doesn't seem to scale as intended, so it doesn't seem to like actually double all of your Furies properly, and also there's the time element if you're doing something like a speed run of the special 3 animation, especially when you have a 5 or 6 star, because you've also got like that little mini game of like stop the bar as well, so that can add on a fair bit of time. But you know, I think they're pretty much the same. If there's a good opportunity to use a special 3, I'm going to fire it off, but where I can, if I can get the stun on the special 2, I usually, you know, prefer to go for that and just kind of stay in the combat, stay in the flow. I think Rhino had been the longest fight so far with 65 hits. He was a little bit more chunky, and overall we didn't have the best luck in that matchup when it came to landing critical hits. Also, it's not like a thing Realm of Legends speed run. There's also like all of this time at the start of the fight where you're just getting pounded, man, and usually, you know, it works out about 20-25 seconds per fight, so it does add on a lot of additional time. But once you get going, mate, this guy's just an absolute friggin' machine. Here we get a parry, go for a medium, special 3, get the perfect damage bonus on Storm, and the special 3 damage is pretty immense, man. We showcased a little bit of it yesterday, but in Realm of Legends with these massive health balls, you can really see it making a tremendously large dent. So that special 3 there was just under 60,000 damage, and also we gained the unblockable and Fury boost. So the special 3, again, it's not too bad, but the damage, you can see there's not like a double difference between the damage with the enhanced Fury buff and without it, so it doesn't seem to be like as immense and as exciting as a special 2, especially if you've got 20 stacks of rock stack and can get the stun. But really, I think there's a very small difference between the special 2 and special 3 in terms of damage output, but I've just found, in my personal experience, I find the special 2 a little bit quicker for ending some matchups. But there we go, Storm is down, a nice little medium attack, and we did have a special 2 to finish off that fight if absolutely necessary, but that one was 63 hits there. We had some alright RNG on the Fury, but nothing like super insane, like 7 stacks plus is, you know, your really, really good territory for thing damage output. Next up, we got Realm of Legends Vision, so we entered the fight about 7:45 on the timer, just getting absolutely pounded now. Already been 10 seconds right here. I was kind of thinking, if you remove like all of the time that thing just, you know, spends like standing there at the start of every single fight, he's maybe the quickest for Realm of Legends, but you know, you got to factor in like that time standing around, and also the time like killing off your entire team at the start, which I didn't include very cheekily at the start of the video, just because I thought it would be a little bit boring. So if you want to factor in the time it takes to sacrifice your entire team to Realm of Legends Winter Soldier, you're adding like another minute onto this run, maybe like a minute and a bit with the loading screens. So, you know, just something to bear in mind there if you want to be extra harsh on this Realm of Legends thing speedrun critique today. But here we had some really, really good luck against Vision, man. 8 stacks of Fury, absolutely great damage, down in 51 hits. But there, we were missing some kind of big critical strikes on the special 2. So that was a little bit unfortunate. Did make that matchup slightly longer. However, the next matchup was my favorite, man. Black Panther was such a good time. We were truly blessed by the RNG gods in this matchup to have some very, very exciting special 2s. And also consider that in this matchup, we do have the class disadvantage as well. So we got 20% less attack in this one. We're getting some really good strikes in at the start. We managed to go up to 9 Furies there, which is an absolutely great time. Straight in with a special 2, 100,000 damage. Immediately goes down to 72% in just 5 hits there, lads. Absolutely loving loving life right now, boys. Loving life. Baiting out heavy there, going for a bit of a retaliation, trying to get up to, what is it, 20 stacks of rock stacks, so I can throw down a special 2, kind of get the stun to close it. Then we go for another 5 combo, special 2. What's that? Another 100k crit. We'll take it, boys. We'll certainly take it. Straight into Assassin's range, 5 combo, down in 35 hits there, with a class disadvantage. So it's really weird, man, like looking back on this run, because the fights that like were the quickest fights, so the 2 fights with the class disadvantage, so it really shows you like how much RNG there is to like anything matchup in terms of finishing the fight very, very quickly. So it's a bit of a weird one, man, a bit of a weird one. Next up, we have Realm of Legends Scarlet Witch, who can be, you know, a little bit annoying sometimes. We lost a lot of time, actually, that she could have hit into us in the Indestructible, but we still managed to get a total of 6 stacks of Fury there. So it was an alright recovery, but we literally did lose half of the duration where she could have been smashing into us. But this still is by no means a bad matchup at all. We're retaliating with a 5 combo there. Also, against Scarlet Witch, you're always praying that you don't get power drained, and I think we've been fairly fortunate so far in terms of the debuffs. We do have attack and also crit damage reduction here, which isn't super great. That really gimped a lot of the damage of that special 2, man. It was only 13,000. So yeah, not quite the insane number we wanted to see there, but we're doing alright, man. We're going for another special 2. Use it or lose it sometimes on this fight with the specials. So I thought, you know, we're not getting up to 20 stacks of rock stack. Might as well fire it off. We are 52 hits in with a class advantage, so this kind of really puts into perspective the RNG and luck of the classic Black Panther matchup previously, considering that this is, you know, the complete opposite when it comes to advantage versus disadvantage here. We'll get another 5 combo and Scarlet Witch is down. I think that was the longest fight so far, 76 hits overall. But next up, we have Realm of Legends Wolverine. Kind of going into this matchup, I knew it was going to be a little bit of an RNG fiesta, because if Realm of Legends Wolverine procs his big regeneration more than 2 times, like he has so much regeneration off that. He has 1 little stack that heals for about 3,000, and also a bigger one that heals for about 9,000 per tick. So, you know, I was very worried about getting 2 stacks of that, and also very worried about the start of the fight, man, because if we didn't get enough stacks of Fury, if we didn't get, you know, 6, 7 plus, it was not going to be a very good time at all here. So yeah, beating into me, I've just about managed to clench. I think it's 7 stacks overall there, so certainly not too bad. We're going for a parry, trying to bait him into another parry so we can special 3, make a huge dent in this man, and then start, you know, dealing as much damage as we possibly can. Now, Thing also, whenever he activates his special 2, also does apply a single stack of Nullify to the opponent. So my plan was special 3, we'll zerg him down a little bit initially, build up to a special 2, hopefully get, you know, a really good Nullify on a big regeneration, and then we can get this man down, and it's working quite well so far. But then the 9.2k regeneration comes in, and that one's difficult to contend with, man. That's absorbing pretty much all of my damage there. Bit of a smaller regeneration back on the 9k one as well, on top of a 3k, so that is just absolutely getting me nowhere. We get the smaller 3k regeneration here, and then the 9k one comes back again. So yeah, it's a real battle. It's a real struggle at this point, man. We're not really making too much headway. He gets 3 stacks of the crazy regeneration there, and yeah, just nothing is happening, boys. We're making no dents at all. We're having some very, very bad luck when it comes to Wolverine's massive regeneration. He's proccing it like absolute crazy. So this man does become a little bit of a brick wall at this point. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I just cannot make a dent. He keeps on proccing his really big regeneration. We're having some terrible, terrible luck against Wolverine. If you're playing like Guillotine or Void, this kind of regeneration RNG is like your wet dream. This is the absolute best time, but if you're trying to clobber this man with Thing, it's not so much of a great time. So here I'm like, you know, I need a massive chunk of damage. We're going to use the special 3, and then hope after the special 3, when we have the enhanced Fury, we're hitting a little bit harder, we can have just some really good RNG and get this man down. So we've activated the special 3, we've still got him stunned, so we can go straight in after the special 3, which is a great time. He's still got the 9k regeneration per second. Now he activates the smaller regeneration, so this one is fine because I can burst through that one. But hang on, what's this? 2 stacks of regeneration, 3 stacks of regeneration, but he's so close. We throw off a special 2, double crit, just about gets him down there, man. That double crit really, really helped me out. Assassin's range 5 combo, and that man is just down. So that was an intense fight, boys. That was a really, really difficult time against Realm of Legends Wolverine, just because you don't have like a lot of debuffs that you can place on the opponent to mitigate healing, and also, yeah, you just need to brute force it, man. You're at the mercy of RNG, but eventually he does have the damage output so that when there's an opening, when there's a window, you can overpower Wolverine and get him down. But again, you just don't really want to, you know, try that Wolverine without a maxed out version of thing, or else you're going to have what I assume to be a very bad time. Then we got the second to last boss. We got Black Bolt. We're getting some alright RNG here. We get 7 stacks of Fury, which is pretty decent, man. I'll certainly take that one. Trying to bait out a parry stun now, just in order to kind of special to get that extended stun duration and just absolutely mince into this, man. So we've got a very nice like 86k crit on the bomb on the special too, which is pretty fantastic. Now we block the special 2 there. He deals a little bit of damage to himself. We retaliate with special 2. We don't get the stun because we don't have 20 stacks of rock stack. We dodge another special 2. He deals a little bit of damage to himself because this is the old version of Black Bolt that sucked, because he used to just kill himself off the special 2. And nowadays, you know, Black Bolt, he doesn't recoil damage on the special 2, so that's a little bit better, man, but he still is a very, very lacking champion. Regardless, 46 hits, not a bad run on Black Bolt at all. I feel like that was some fairly decent RNG, you know, fairly average for the most part, but now we're moving on to the final boss of Realm of Legends, Hulk. And at this point right now, Nick Fury and also Captain Marvel have just finished Realm of Legends, but you can see Thing, you know, he's not too far behind at all, just going into the final boss now. And this is where we had some pretty terrible RNG as well. I think in this fight we only managed to get like 4 stacks of Fury. So yeah, it was definitely suboptimal. So just waiting in the corner at the moment. He's got pretty much no power. He's not really dealing like too much damage to me, so he, you know, just backs off for a while, goes for 2 hits, backs off again. Special 1, we only get 4 stacks of Fury there, so we've got 400% additional damage in comparison to the 700 to 900% that we've usually had in the average fight. So Hulk was a little bit of a slower matchup in comparison, and not really the very strong finish that I was hoping for a really, really good run. But I think overall we had some fairly decent RNG, especially in matchups where it counted for the Fury acquisition. So I'm not mad, man. I'm not mad. I think we've definitely had matchups where we've been a little bit more lucky and matchups where we've been a little bit less lucky. So I think this does represent a fairly like average set of distribution when it comes to Thing, RNG and luck in Realm of Legends here. But still, you know, even with 4 stacks, man, he's not doing too bad. Like 35 hits, we got Realm of Legends Hulk down by 50%, going in for another combo there, going up to 45 hits now, just trying to kind of build up the rock stacks and also get to a special to hopefully get that glorious stun just to kind of win Realm of Legends. So going in for another combo there, straight into a parry. I think we do a bit of a short combo there just to try and trigger another parry. We go for another parry, 5 combo. We are now in Assassin's range as well, hoping for a magical crit to end, and we get it, boys. 69k. A very cheeky ending to a 17-minute, 45-second Realm of Legends speed clear, so it's a pretty decent time, man. Definitely up there in terms of performance. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy today's video, please do smash that like button. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.